What's going on, everybody? It is time for the Week 2 preview, Part 2. So many twos. Let's go. It's going right now. Okay. Fuck. Well, I changed the logo.
Oh, that's awesome.
I so bad don't want to edit this. I want to keep it in here, but we're not.
Who cares, man? Who gives a shit?
All right, here we go.
That's funny.
Let's go with right now.
Sounds like football, baby.
What a way to start a show, man. We're just rolling, man. It's a Friday. We're keeping it loose here. Week 2 preview, Part 2, the final 8 games of the week. Welcome into SmackDown on the Streets. That's what I'm calling it.
SmackDown on the Streets. I love it.
We'll see how it goes, man. Nice. Kyle here, the Fantasy Football SmackDown. You can follow me on Twitter at KyleFF Fellas, because I'm too lazy to change my Twitter handle, and I would mess it up anyway. So, and with me, of course, from Word on the Streets, Bob. What up, bro?
Not much, man. Doing good. Bob's Three Toed Warriors on Twitter. Actually, at Bob's Three Toed on Twitter. Bob's Three Toed Warriors on YouTube. Excuse me. And as you're too lazy to change your Twitter handle, I'm too lazy to change these logo and video clips. So they're right next to each other. So it's easy to hit the logo, change the logo 3 times. It's still the wrong logo instead of hitting the video intro clip. So hope you guys enjoyed that because we don't edit anything.
Well, we're just having fun,
proof.
man. We're just having fun, man, and that's what we're here for. So we'll appreciate you guys tuning into the show. If you missed part 1, go back and check that out. We are recording this prior to the Thursday night game, so we won't cover anything there. So don't hold that against us. Follow us on Twitter. We got our reactions over there. Man, let's just I think we just dive right into this thing, man. We covered the first 8 games already, so we're still in the 1 o'clock slate, and we're going to kick this thing off with the Rams at Philly. Jared Goff is 16th in consensus. Where are you at with him?
Jared Goff, I have at, I was looking for my sheet here. I don't have him as high as you. Jared Goff. He is 14 for me, 11 for you. So I'm willing to start him. I just don't love him.
Yeah. I'm still on board, man. He's the guy that I really liked. I had him in a lot of spots. I'm not getting away from him yet. He's my start of the week at quarterback. I think it's going to be a solid matchup against Philly. And he's at a win for me, so I'm not starting any streamers over him. What about the running back situation? Malcolm Brown, big-time pickup, waiver wire gem for most people. This week, heavily targeted, 29th in consensus. What's your thoughts on this Rams backfield? Brown, Akers, where you at?
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I got a trade offer to someone to send me Akers, and I'm just not confident in who's going to be the guy in that backfield. If I had a glimmer of hope for at least one of those guys fading in the background, them starting to show a 60-40 split or hopefully even a 70-30 split, really get it going, I would love it. But I just need to see something consistent. Week 1 just was a piece, but it wasn't a full picture piece. So give me week 2, give me week 3. I have a lot more confidence in that backfield. I just don't have it right now, so I'm staying away.
Yeah, I still like Akers rest of the season, but Brown for me is somebody that I'm definitely starting even as a flex. I feel pretty confident in him. 25 at the running back spot. He's 29 in consensus. I started him over James Robinson, we talked about on yesterday's podcast, both the Buffalo running backs. We talked about on yesterday's podcast as well. So he's a guy that I'm confident in, but I'd start Nyheim Hines over him in PPR still. But I like the high value touches that he's getting. We're starting the 2 wide receivers. We know that for the Rams, top 15 for Kupp. For you, we both got Woods in the top 10, and it seems like we might do this every single week. Tyler Higbee, I got him at 7, right with the consensus. You got him at 19. So just still waiting around for it.
I am still waiting to see it. He is my sit. Still not sold. He was 3 for 40 last week. Not impressive. Okay, well, hey, Logan Thomas was great last week. He was 4 for 37. The only difference being he had the touchdown in there to make him a top 12 tight end. So it's not like the matchup is great. So we'll see.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that it's It's interesting to see what will happen if Everett's out. Would be another thing I would say. So that's why I'm a little more confident, I think, in him and starting. So let's flip to the Philly side of the ball. Carson Wentz. I have him this week. He's outside the top 12 for me, right? But I got him at 13. And
you got him in a respectable place.
You have him buried, man. I have him right with consensus. You got him out just outside the top 20 at 21. What's your thoughts on Wentz going up against the Rams at home?
I'll start Burrow above him. I'll start Tannehill above him.
He already played.
I'll start Garoppolo above him. Doesn't matter. I started him above him. I'll start Stafford, who I have buried above him. I know everybody else doesn't. Yeah, not going to do it. I'd start Trubisky above him. How you like that?
Wow. There you go, people. That's strong. That's strong right there. We talked about this off air. Are we doing Wentz versus Trubisky? Is that what you wanted to do?
I got a big old check mark next to it.
All right, nice job. We'll start with that one. I like Carson Wentz fine. I know the weapons are banged up, but he's still got those tight ends. Hopefully, Miles Sanders is back this week, and we can see that production from the running backs as well. So I'm good rolling them out there. I'm not starting any streamers. Bob, on the other hand, would roll some of those streaming quarterbacks. Well, pretty much all of them, actually. Did you say Tannehill too?
I even said Tannehill. Which
all right, so yeah. So all the streamers we talked about: Tannehill, Minshew, Trubisky. Roll those guys if you're following Bob's ranks. The running backs. I mean, there's not a ton we can say because he got in practice on Wednesday. That's what we know as of now. If Miles Sanders is out there, you're playing him, right?
He got a full practice. Did you say he did or didn't? He got a full practice.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. He got a full practice with that hammy on Wednesday, which is good. So if he's healthy and playing, I'm definitely starting him. I have him at 13, hoping he's healthy. If he's not healthy, I'll put in his backup as a 2 or 3.
Gotcha. Yeah. If he's not healthy, if Scott's healthy and Sanders is out, then I think he's a flex. But as long as Sanders is out there, I think he was close last week, so I'm definitely going to roll him out there as normal.
Yeah.
Man, the receivers.
Nope.
No.
Next question.
I don't think I can't remember where I have him now because I don't remember having him super high. Rager would be the guy for me. I'm not starting Deshaun. He can't even find the damn practice field at this point. Man, Rager is super buried on consensus. I have it 59. He's in this little group I just want to highlight. And if you follow me again on Twitter at KyleFFLs, these guys will probably be in my waiver wire snapping article, but a little preview. There's this little group of receivers that are just under 40% owned. Paris Campbell, as of recording, is 37. Rager, 36. Preston Williams, 36%. I like all those guys, man. I'm rostering if I can. So I'm rostering Rager, but I'm not starting him this week. And then
not yet, right?
Yeah. Tight ends. Are they both top 12 for you?
No. Hold on. Let me double check that.
Holy crap. You have Goddard at 5. Holy crap.
I have Goddard. I have Goddard
hell?
at 5 and Ertz at 20. I've got him flip-flop from probably reality is probably what it is. I think they're going to ride that train. I think they're going to ride that train and Ertz is going to be in the doghouse.
Do you want that bet straight up? I'll take that.
All right. Well, there's our extra bet.
All right. Holy crap. Apparently you're out on Zach Ertz. Man, I don't know, man. I like Goddard. He's top 10 for me at 10. But Ertz is still the man, in my opinion, that you want to own there. I think they're both going to be valuable. I think they're both going to be starts. And yes, Seth, if you're listening to this, I'm eating that crow, I guess. All right. I think that wraps this one up. Anything else on Rams Eagles?
No, they'll do. And 20 was more me just trying to make a point that I think he's not going to have a great week. Not that I really think he'll be that low, but definitely I have him outside my top 12. So
damn, that's crazy.
They got him in Tyler Higbee land, and you know how much I love Higbee right now. Also, my doghouse right now. So you're going Hurst, you're going Evan Ingram, Jonnu Smith, Hawkinson, Fant, Gesicki. You're starting all those guys over Zach Ertz. Feels crazy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that one might be a little L for me.
I think you're probably, if you really look at it, I think you're probably going to bring him up probably closer to maybe 8. I don't know. You like Hawkinson, so maybe behind him if Galladay's out. But man, I think tight end is rough, man. I don't know if I can find enough players. All right, let's roll into the next game here. These are your boys, man. Denver Broncos.
Do we have to talk about them?
They did something on Monday night. They almost won that game thanks to Gostkowski, but They get the Steelers, who also played on Monday night. So not a short. It's both a short week, quote unquote, for both these teams. Denver traveling to Pittsburgh for the 1 o'clock start time. Let's start with the Denver side of the ball. We're not starting Drew Lock yet. The running back situation, Phillip Lindsay, turf toe. Sounds like he's going to miss at least this week, maybe multiple weeks. But Melvin Gordon got the touchdown late in that game. Seemed to come on after the fumble. So what's your thoughts on Melvin this week? Where you at?
Low end 2. High end
2.
3, but probably low end 2. You got a 22, I got 25. So right there, that I'll start him. I'll start him as a second.
Tough matchup. I wish that he had an easier matchup with being like the only running back in town. But interesting. We'll see how that one goes.
Why do people say that he's the only running back in town? Freeman is a good running back, and
they signed Melvin Gordon.
Doesn't matter. It's a luxury signing.
Luxury signing from a team that won 4 games last year.
Not the point.
I'm with you. I like Freeman fine. I picked him up in a couple spots where he was available, but I think he's going to see the majority of the carries outside. Like the split's not going to be the same, I don't think, as the Lindsey Gordon split. So
the Gordon the majority, not Freeman, just to be clear on that.
Okay. Yes. Wide receivers, Courtland Sutton did not play last week and monitor his situation. But dude, I'm not gonna lie, Jerry Jeudy looked like a dude, man. Like, I think he's gonna be really freaking good for you guys right away. I mean, I'm not like for fantasy, I'm not rolling him out there like straight away, but I got him at 39 this week. I think he's a flex option for me.
Yeah, I have him at 34, and that's me having Courtland Sutton at 30, assuming that because they're saying that he looks like he might be able to play. So if they're both on the field, I'm comfortable in that flex spot for both of them. Unfortunately, I hate saying Sutton in that spot, but with the injury, he might end up on the sideline for a couple plays if he gets a little banged up on it. So I like them both. If Sutton's out, I am moving Jeudy from a 34, a low end 3 to probably a low end 2 because he's wearing number 10. That's Emmanuel Sanders love right there. So, but no,
I thought Jeudy looked great.
See the opportunity, and they're gonna need to throw the ball against Pittsburgh. So,
yeah, I think Jeudy looked great. He's a flex option for me regardless. If higher end, obviously, if Sutton's out, Sutton's a start if he's out there. What about Noah Fant, man, coming off a big game?
You know what? I was watching that game, and they used all the other tight ends way too much, and he still got that good of a game. No, they did. They're like, I'm seeing Jake Butt out there. I'm like, what the hell? And maybe that was partially because Courtland Sutton went down. Wasn't in the game, and so that could have been why. And so they were just running more 12. I didn't really pay that much attention to how many were on the field. I saw too many balls getting thrown to Jake Butt's butt and him not catching it. So,
yeah, I like Fant. He impressed me a lot. Locke was looking for him a lot when he was rolling out. So I
got him at 90.
Yeah. I tried to bump him up a little more than I had him originally. And then in the preseason, I got him at 13. Solid start, though. Solid start tight end.
Maybe 10 Ertz comes up.
Yeah, there you go. Last 1 o'clock game, Carolina at Tampa. Again, if you're wondering where some of these other games are, part 1. Oh, Pittsburgh. Jeez, dude.
You did it, Bob.
I did it again, man. One of these days I'm not going to skip games or teams. My bad. Pittsburgh.
I feel better because I did it last week.
I should skip them because I was considering him as my sit. I like Big Ben at this week. Like I'm not going crazy and dropping him for a streamer, but I do have Ryan Tannehill over him this week. So if you have the extra roster, but I don't mind taking the switch there. I think the Denver defense is solid. So I think Ben is a fine start, but he's not a slam dunk start like he was last week, in my opinion. Where are you at with Big Ben?
Right there at 13. So I'll start him if I don't have anybody better. But I'm not. Yeah, it'll be fine. The Denver defense is not a bad defense at all. They kept the Titans away from that end zone quite a bit. Kept them in field goal range, but that didn't matter.
Yep.
So yeah. But
what about the Steelers running back situation? We're not sure yet on if Connor's status, but let's assume Connor's out and it's the Benny Snell show. What are we doing?
I've got Snell as my RB start of the week versus Denver. Looking to get him in as the workhorse role. That was in air quotes for those not watching on the YouTubes. Even against Denver. Denver did a good job holding Henry from having a huge game. but he still had a decent game. And if they're going to workhorse him and probably be winning, give him the ball plenty. Pittsburgh.
Would you play Snell? So you'd play Snell over Melvin Gordon if Connor's out?
Yeah. I think I got Snell 9. I got him 19. That's fairly high. So that's going to put him over Mark Ingram for me, which I know people are like, yeah, so what? But I think he should have a better week. It's going to put him above Mostert for me, above Kareem Hunt. So that kind of area right in there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I like Snell a lot. He would probably, for me, be just inside the top 20. I have Dave Montgomery at 21, so I'd put Snell above him. But I wouldn't start him over
David Johnson.
That's
your 20.
Yeah, I would go. Yeah, I would have him at 20 because I would start him over David Johnson, but I would not start him over Chris Carson, who I have at 19. So, solid RB2 if Connor's out. If Connor's in, then I would start Snell probably, but I'm not excited about either. And luckily, this is a 1:00 game, so you guys can make the decision there pretty early in the day, which is nice. The receivers, Juju's are the one. We know that top 10 for both of us. Not worried about the fact that he was a DNP in practice earlier in the week. I think he's going to be good to go. Who's the number 2 option?
Deontay Johnson. You have him 29. I have him 40. I'm not starting him, but you are. And where's Mr. James Washington?
Probably way down there because we got this consensus ranking.
Yeah, you know what? I don't have him.
I got him at 60. I have James Washington at 60. Consensus 71 for James Washington right now.
I would probably have him as in the 40s if I had him. I did the rankings differently this week, and I don't like it. Instead of importing my rankings and adjusting, I imported theirs.
Gotcha.
Fancy Pros, and they used a shorter stack somehow, although theirs showed the bigger number. So whatever.
Well, I would. I'm with Johnson. Is somebody I really like. 29. I think he's a solid flex. I know the numbers weren't there compared to those other guys. And he freaking fumbled on the punt. But the targets were, man. The targets were definitely there. I think he's somebody that's going to be really productive this season with Ben under center. So Juju's still he's an auto start right now. But Johnson for me is a flex. And we're not starting any of these tight ends. So
no, sir. No, sir.
Now we'll go to the final 1:00 game. And if you're missing any of the other games that were at 1:00, go back to part 1. Panthers at Tampa Bay. The Panthers put up some pretty decent numbers as far as, in week 1. You had Robbie Anderson having a big game. Chris McCaffrey doing his thing. DJ Moore disappointed, but he's top 10 for both of us this week. So, you're starting Moore and McCaffrey. What are you doing with Robbie Anderson?
I'll throw him in my flex and get that boom game out of him. He's always capable of it. He's always welcome in my home if I've got a flex or 2 available, and I don't love my other flexes. So if I got a nice baseline from other players, I'll take that action. Yeah,
I got him right around 40 in my rankings. That might come up a couple spots. I'd play him over Preston Williams, especially if Parker is healthy. I'd still go Robbie.
Over Preston Williams, got it.
But I would not play him
42.
Yeah, I think he's a dart throw. I think this Tampa defense, then secondary, is decent enough to keep him in check this week. And then Ian Thomas is no go yet.
No.
On the Tampa Bay side of the ball. So as of recording this, go ahead.
Nope, you're fine. We have opposing sit starts coming up here. So.
Gotcha. Okay. On the Tampa Bay side of the ball, let's talk about the passing game first. As of recording this, Chris Godwin entered concussion protocol on Wednesday. We don't have any updates yet, but again, follow us on Twitter at KyleFFellas and at Bobs3Toad, because we'll be giving you instant reaction and adjustments to our rankings, things like that. But, Godwin may be up in the air whether he's going to start. Mike Evans a little bit banged up here. So let's start with QB first, and then we'll move to the receivers before jumping into the running backs. What are we doing with Tom Brady? Like, are you confident starting him if there's question marks about these receivers heading into Sunday?
No, let me check. I don't think I was that confident. 12. It's higher than I thought. I think I ranked him with Godwin coming out of the protocol and all players being healthy. Without those players healthy, I'm not starting him.
Gotcha.
So.
Yeah, if Godwin's out, I'm definitely not starting Tom Brady this week. I would roll Minshew or Tannehill over him. If Godwin's in there, I'd probably bump up a few spots. But right now, So again, I think my game, and we'll probably hear about. And I lost you. You guys can blame technical difficulties on me. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So you gonna start Scotty Miller? No.
If I'm in a deep PPR and Godwin is out, I'll start Miller as a flex.
There you go. Okay. And tight end before we go to the running backs. Tight end. Do you have a preference one over the other, or are you staying away from both?
I'd stay away from both if I can. I have them. Yeah. I have Gronk at 19, but
I've got him at 21, and we're both at 23 for OJ Howard. Still keep an eye on him to see what happens, because if you find a little pattern out of these guys, it's worth it. Yeah, because Tom Brady loves to throw his tight end if he falls in love with one or the other, and you think it'd be Gronk, but you never know. Or maybe he's just getting too teamed up on in the end zone. So
yeah,
let's go over to running back since we skipped over that. Are you have any trust in Fournette?
Not yet. I don't like the fact they only got 5 carries out of the gate. I think they could bump up a little bit, but I don't see it jumping from to double digits.
But he was so efficient with those. He was so efficient with those 5 carries.
And 5 yards.
Exactly.
Oh,
exactly.
I'm not afraid of Fournette yet. No, I'm not.
Yeah. My sit of the week is your start of the week. And that's
Ronald Jones, which makes me want to vomit. But I think he looked solid. The Saints' run defense last week is decent. I mean, it's not horrible. Jones showed some flashes. This Carolina rush defense is the worst in football. So if you're not starting Ronald Jones this week, then you shouldn't have him on your roster. So
yeah, all right, that's fair.
They give up more than over 100 yards a game to running back. It's craziness, man. This is the team to target every single week with your running back. So Ronald Jones must start. Top 20 for me. I got him at 17.
I got him 26. It's not a terrible spot. It's low end too. It's still startable. If you got better options, I'm still going with him because I'm still waiting to see them overwork Fournette for no reason.
Yeah,
that's what I'm afraid of. Yeah. Right, and especially the game that they ideally should be winning. Mm-hmm. So that's why I see them okay, here, you just plod along at this and see if you're worth the damn. Oh crap, you're not. Well, maybe week 3 we won't play you.
I would love, as the Rojo owner in a couple leagues that I don't even want him, but I just have him because I could pass him up or I got stuck with him. I'm looking at this game and then I'm trying to get him off my squad. So we'll see.
Yeah,
but all right. 4:00 games. Where we at, man? Who's leading us off in the late afternoon?
We got Washington at Arizona. So that awesome Washington team. Woo, doggy. So we got
leading the division.
Oh, shut up. We got Dwayne Haskins. I got him 30. You got him 32. Consensus 29. Nobody has any love for him. We're not trying to start him, even in Superflex. I don't believe so. At running back, you got confidence there in anybody?
Gibson would be the guy for me. 32nd. Has to be PPR format or half PPR format, but I don't love him. I'd start Hines, obviously. Malcolm Brown. Snell is a clear one if Connor's out. Those waiver wire guys. James Robinson for me is over him. I would start him over Josh Kelly if we're comparing to the waiver wire guys, but I don't love it, and I'm not starting Peyton Barber in any leagues unless it's standard scoring points per carry.
Touchdowns. Come on, he got to him. He'll do it again.
I don't think he will, but
the Garrett Blunt. Welcome to the NFL.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Washington football team. Yeah. Okay. We're pretty much in the same realm there. And we're both starting McLaurin. I am higher on him at 13 than you are at 21. That's fine. We're both starting him. We're both comfortable with him. You're quasi comfortable with him.
Yep.
Anybody else? You're probably not interested in anybody else on that side of the ball at all, or that team at all.
Logan Thomas, 14% owned.
Right.
I think he's the best streaming option at tight end. If you're the Tampa Bay guys, I'd start him over him. I'd start him over, Jack Doyle. If he's dealing with the injury, I just cut that bait on that and move on. Logan Thomas, I have him at, I think 15. So
yeah, I got him at 17. That's 3 spots above Zach Ertz. So, we're doing good there.
I think he's a solid play. I like the targets last week. And he's playing Arizona. He was really bad against tight ends last year. See if that carries over. Didn't get a true look at that last week. So, but that's it for Washington.
Yeah. All right. After Washington, we go to Arizona. Some iced tea for that team. They're sweating in the heat. All right. Kyler Murray, we both got him at 5. Consensus is 6. There's no questions there. We're starting him if we got him at running back. Kenyon Drake, 13 for me, 14 for you. Both comfortable starting him. What about his backup?
Not yet. Still roster him though. I like Edmonds. He's the priority handcuff for me in the league.
Yep. Wide receiver. Can we trust anyone other than Mr. Hopkins? I got him at 3. You got him at 4. We're both riding that train, hoping he gets that same target love. You probably can't expect that kind of ridiculousness, but hey, you're starting him either way.
100%. Yeah, you gotta love what you saw out of the gate. And man, I was wrong, man. I didn't have him buried, but I didn't have him ranked high enough to get him in any leagues. And somebody got a steal, man, because he was going late round 2.
Yeah. Yep. Any of the other wide receiver options on that team you like?
No, I mean
Jenkins.
I wouldn't even roster any of those guys.
Yeah. They probably made the cuts of the week, Mr. Christian Kirk. So
yeah.
At tight end,
no.
I'm looking here.
Nope.
All right, let's go over to Kansas City at the Chargers. Los Angeles Chargers.
Dude, this late afternoon in 3 games, they are some of the best young stud quarterbacks in the game. Like it's going to be fun afternoon watching these teams. So we got Mahomes kicking it off.
All right. Mahomes, we're not even going to talk about. At running back, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, we're going to start him no matter what. But what about Mr. Williams, Mr. Darrell Williams? I haven't buried. You haven't buried at 44-49. I saw a lot of waiver wire pickups for him, though. People wanted to make sure they had the handcuff because I think they felt good about him at least being the handcuff. So not really what we're talking about for this show, but worth paying attention to.
Yeah, double check. I don't mind having him on my team. I'm just not starting him.
Yeah. All right. At wide receiver, you're definitely starting Tyreek Hill. Not talking about that, even though he had a craptastic week last week. Crapped a big old hill.
Touchdown.
Yeah. So was it 10 points I think he got or something? I don't know. It wasn't
great. It wasn't studly.
Not great, Bob. All right. You're going back after Sammy Watkins. I don't think I trust him enough. We've got him at.
I have him at 36 for some reason, which just can't seem right. Like I think I even said it as it was coming out of my mouth. I think I said I'd take him over Robbie Anderson. I'm not even sure if that's the case. Like I'm probably bumping him back. He'll be outside the top 40 for me. So steer clear if you can. But if you're in a situation where you're dealing with an injury, you might have to roll him out there. But I mean, I ranked him this week, so there's that. Yeah,
I think I put a bid in for him on a team that I had a roster spot after an IR to fill or something like that. And if he does it 2 weeks in a row, I'm like, all right, I might start you the 3rd week because he's on a team with opportunity, but I'm not trusting him yet. He's done this game to us before. And at tight end, we're not even going to question Kelsey, number 1 consensus for everyone in the world. Let's go over to Los Angeles Chargers and their gorgeous stadium.
Yeah, dude. I don't know if I'm playing anybody outside of Eckler with much confidence. He's top 10. Keenan Allen for me, I got him at 25. I'm still rolling him as a wide receiver 3, low end 2. I want to see some more targets his way. Mike Williams is somebody that we talked about last week who might have flown under the radar as starting the season, right? Like a lot of us thought he was going to miss some time. What's your thoughts on Mike Williams?
I'm not buying into it. I think that's a bigger mirage than even Mr. Sammy Watkins could be.
Oof.
Listen, I don't question either guy's talent, right? Mm-hmm. But I question his offense a lot more than I question the Chiefs' offense, and I question his target share and how much of it he captured from Keenan Allen. And how many passes did you see to Austin Eckler? Yeah, I don't think that stays that way this week. So
yeah,
I think those two guys take away from Williams' opportunity. But that being said, they're playing the Chiefs, and they're going to have to put up some damn points. So maybe he gets what he got last week, but the other guys do as well. And that's why I have Keenan Allen up at 17, and I'm willing to start him.
Williams, somebody, I got him at 35. I think you said it, man. They're going to be chasing points in this game. I'm playing him over any of the Green Bay guys you picked up off waivers. I'm playing him over Sammy Watkins in this game. Playing him over Robbie Anderson. I'm playing him over Sterling Shepard. Have Henry Ruggs. Yeah, I mean, Anthony Miller. I'm playing Mike Williams this week. I like him as a little boom in there, my flex spot. I like it. Mike Williams, get him in there.
Yep. And we both have Eckler in at 9 and 10 because we're thinking there's going to be lots of running back catch-up dump-offs going on. That sounds about right to you?
Yep.
All right, that was a head nod. Head nod for the world.
Sorry, yes. Yes, I was looking. I was Josh Kelly roster for sure. Like, I want him, but not starting this week outside my top 40. You can do better.
All right. And then here's a little discrepancy here. At tight end, you've got Hunter Henry definitely startable at 9 consensus and is 6 on Fantasy Pros. I got him at 4. I think they're just going to pepper him with targets this week. Just salt and pepper. Just get it going. Pow, pow, pow. And let's get some yards. Let's get a touchdown in there. So I think he's going to get that bump from the touchdown. So I got him way up at 4, even above Dallas Goedert and Zach Ertz.
That ranking is messed up, but yeah, top 10 for Henry is good to go, man. I think like what we saw last week out of him. So good stuff.
All right. See, we don't do these rankings together. Sometimes we're in line, and sometimes we're in our own little planets.
Sometimes all of a sudden, like, what the hell's going on over here? Yeah, I hear you.
Premonitions. All right, let's get out of town. Let's go to Baltimore versus Houston. This could be a damn fun game. We got a couple sit starts in this game as well. So I don't think either one of us are questioning starting the quarterback for Baltimore. That is a damn it.
Lamar Jackson
drink. For anybody questioning how drunk I am, I'm drinking Diet Coke straight on the rocks. There's nothing in here. I have a name disease. It's not drinking. Shut it, people. We love you all, but shut it. Okay. Here, I'm holding the can up to the camera.
I see it. I witnessed it. Diet Coke.
All right. Yeah, that's my true name disease right there. Jesus, Pete.
Dude's on the cover of Madden. And
I didn't buy it this year.
MVP last year.
I have as 1, you have as 2. We're starting and move on from there.
Awesome.
It's not though. J.K. Dobbins, are you interested in starting him? I got him 28. You got him 35. I think that answers that question. But
yeah, he's a sit for me this week. I'm not getting overly excited about him. I love that if he's on my roster, I love it, but I'm not plugging and playing him in there yet unless I'm absolutely desperate at the position. I'm playing all the way. Go ahead. No, you go. I'm going all the waiver wire guys over him this week outside of Joshua Kelly. I think that's pretty much a no-brainer. You know, Robinson, Hines, Malcolm Brown. He's just, I think that the game script led for them be able to kind of ride him a little bit more. So again, I'm pumped about having him on my team, and I think he's going to be the man down the stretch. But for me, this is a Mark Ingram week. This is going to be a closer battle than what we saw last week. So I got Ingram at 26. I think he's going to be more of the guy, going this week. He might move a couple spots in my ranks too. I do like him maybe a little bit more than that, but yeah, that's where I'm at with the Baltimore Ravens running backs, and Dobbins is my my sit of the week at running back.
I got Ingram at 21, just above David Montgomery, Devin Singletary, those kind of guys, but right behind Mostert. Maybe I can switch those two and feel better about my life. I have some unjustified hatred towards that man.
I know. I mean, he was fast last week. Remember? Did you hear that?
Yeah. Take that play out, and it's not a game.
No, it's
not a week. All right,
I hear you.
But hey, that's true for everybody, right?
Yep,
exactly.
Can't take it from him.
That's right. Swift catches the touchdown in the end zone. It's a different game for him.
Damn it! Why you gotta do that to me?
All right, let's get over to the wide receivers. I'm not starting any of them. I don't believe. At least I don't feel comfortable
Marquise
doing
Brown.
it. But
Marquise
Brown.
I
know. Where do I have him though?
22.
I don't want to start him. 22.
You got it at 22.
Sure, he's a flex. All right, he's better than a flex, but he feels like a flex to me.
I feel you. It feels flexy because you feel like he's a little boom busty, but last week really solid. Hopefully we see some targets continue to go his way, and I think this is going to be Houston's going to make it more interesting than Cleveland did last week. So Brown is somebody that I got at 20. I'm starting him wide receiver 2 with confidence. Over Stephon Diggs. Some guys that already played. Pittsburgh, it's over Deontay Johnson, over Crowder. those kind of guys. He's right where he pretty much was coming into the season for most people.
Over the flying V, Will Fuller.
Yeah, in this game, I'd play him over. Yeah, I'd play him over Will Fuller.
But barely. It's close.
Yeah.
And we're both starting Mark Andrews, so no questions there. Deshaun Watson, 8 and 10 for us. We're comfortable starting him at running back. I think we're both good with Mr. Johnson. Low end 2s, 18 and 20.
Yep.
So I don't think we're questioning that. I want to go over to the wide receiver spot for them. And who are you comfortable with? Because we just said Will Fuller. Their number 1 is barely a number 2 for us and not even one for you. That's a little scary.
Yeah, I got him at 27. I'm just slower to come around on him, I guess. I'm not ruling out Brandon Cooks in this offense.
No, sir, but
I'd love to see Cooks be a full participant by Friday. But I'm starting Fuller as wide receiver 3, low end 2 if you need. Cooks is somebody I'm trying not to put in my lineup unless he's a full participant on Friday and you're dealing with injuries. But it's a tough matchup. Baltimore, really good defense. Humphrey's a beast corner. So I'm trying to steer clear of those guys if I can. Again, Fuller, a wide receiver 3, Cooks is probably on the pine for this week, but I'm not dropping him yet.
Yeah, Cooks is definitely a wait and see. And I just hope he gets peppered with so many targets that all we say is too many Cooks.
Too many Cooks.
So we'll see. At tight end. Nah.
No, you can't. It sucks. He always throws a touchdown to a tight end, but you can never count on it. And it's like the only catch they get of the game. So
yeah.
Akins, I guess.
Yeah.
No. Logan Thomas. Roll that guy out.
All right.
So
next game, let's go to New England versus Seattle. Okay. I guess. Sure.
Prime time Sunday night.
Prime time Sunday night. So Cam Newton, I got him a 9, you got a 10. We're comfortable starting them.
Buying in.
Yep. At running back, I'm going to say no, and then I'm going to look to see if I was telling the truth.
James White, 33 for you, 34 for me, 26 at consensus. I don't mind him this week because I expect him to playing a little bit of catch up, but I'm still being cautious because, man, I just don't know if that's what Cam's going to do. Like when Cam needs to throw, and which he didn't last week, and he needs to throw, who's he really looking at? Is it Edelman? Is it White? Is it Harry? Is it Bird? Like I don't know who it's going to be. So White is a PPR option, but that's really it. Like I'm just not really confident starting him this week, even in a game where they might be chasing points. Yeah,
and we have Sony down at 36-37, so barely the end of a wide receiver.
Touchdown and pray. That's it, man. Praying for that touchdown.
And hoping that Cam doesn't steal it from you.
Yes,
twice.
Exactly. Exactly. Good luck.
Yeah. So we'll see there. Wide receiver, I don't think we're going after any wide receivers in New England yet.
No, I have, I got Harry at 53, so he's ranked for me. He's somebody I like to roster to see how it actually looks when Cam has to throw. Edelman, I don't even know.
Is he injured? Because I got him at 36. You got him at 45.
I don't like the fact that he was playing in wide receiver 3 wide receiver sets. He did, he barely out targeted these other guys. So yeah, I don't know. He might move up a little bit, but I'm playing Mike Williams over him without question.
Yeah.
This week.
When you're competing for 200 yards.
Yes.
On a good week. It's tough.
Yeah. So no, I don't really want any of them in the pass game.
They have a tight end on their roster.
Not worth talking about here. So Cam will get it well on the ground.
All right. So that was fun. That was a great time.
Yes.
We'll start the quarterback on a team because he's a running back.
Yes.
Let's go to a team that really knows how to play football, and that's Seattle. We will definitely watch Russell Wilson. I am at 4. You got him at 7, bruh.
It's still a good defense in New England. So I think he's going to be really good. You're not starting I'm starting Josh Allen over him. That's maybe the only one that people might be like, oh, do I really got to make that decision? It would be weird if you had both, but I'm not starting any streamers.
You got Matt Ryan above him too. At 4.
Yes.
That might be a little surprising to some. Although we do both expect him to have a big game against Dallas. That should be a high flying.
Yeah.
And this one might not be. They might not need to let him cook as much.
I think Russ could get 3 touchdowns in this game. I just think that he might only get 220 yards, right? I think he always seems to get done with a touchdown. So you got to start him every week, but you're starting him, man. I just have him ranked a little bit lower. DFS, you're probably not playing him if you can help it.
Yeah. All right. Chris Carson, we're both starting 17 for me, 19 for you. That is right above the Mostert line. That is above the David Johnson line, that kind of area right there. Well, Mostert for me, not for you.
Yeah, I'm not playing any of the waiver guys over him this week. It would be close with Snell, but I'd still roll Carson.
All right, and we're not afraid of Swift yet.
Who?
Yeah, never mind. I was just kidding with you.
Carlos Hyde?
I do that all the time. Switch teams. If your uniforms are the same color.
No, Carlos Hyde is not a threat.
Yeah. Nope. All right. Which wide receiver are you more comfortable with here?
I still give the edge to Lockett. I think he's a little bit more of he has Russ's trust a little bit more, in my opinion, than DK. The targets, everything was pretty much dead even. But when you're talking about DK, he's kind of the deeper threat. So I like both. I have DK at 18. I have Lockett at 14. That's probably 3 or 4 spots lower than I would generally have either of them, but I think it's a tougher matchup. We'll see if Gilmore follows one or the other. If he stays on the outside and lines up with DK, then could be a tough day for him. But I'm starting both these guys because I think they're solid must start guys, and we'll see how they come out. Hopefully they have the same numbers as last week.
Yeah, I got him 18 and 21, so I'm comfortable starting him as my 2. And I think I have one team where I have multiple of them in my team. So I got one roster where I think I've got them on both teams. It's like, who don't want to start?
Well, after last week too, because last week that was no question, right? You're just like pound them in there, like they're in the lineup, right? This week you're like, crap, So yeah. If I had to start one, it'd be Lockett, but I'm starting both. Top 20 for me for both of them.
All right, and then last at tight end, I'm scrolling down. I got Will Disley at 34.
Roster him. I still want to roster him in some deeper leagues. Like if you see him dropped in deep leagues, I pick him up. I don't believe this Greg Olsen thing.
You don't, because he has hashtag NA for you. He's 22 for me, which is 2 spots behind Zach Ertz, so it's going to be close there. That ranking will change, people.
Logan
I apologize
Thomas.
for nothing, but it should be in the low single digits, high double digits. But
Jesus.
All right, I'm sticking with it at least.
All
right. Next game and the last game, and we have a sit starting here as well. That's New Orleans at Las Vegas Raiders, and so at quarterback, do you have any faith here?
Drew Brees, man, I am at 17. He's my sit QB of the week. No Michael Thomas, we know that. I don't think this Raiders defense is like super strong by any means, but it's the best weapon in the league, and he was he leaned on him for the last 2 years. We've seen this. So now what's he going to do without him? Man, I mentioned with some of these guys that I wouldn't drop him for one of these streamers. I still don't want to drop Drew Brees, but I would really, really try if I have an extra roster spot, whether that's moving a guy to the IR spot if you can in your league, or finding the last guy on your bench, dropping him right before kickoff for Minshew, for Tannehill. I would add those guys and pick them without a doubt over Drew Brees this week. That's what I would do.
I have Drew Brees at 11. That's the end of the wide receiver ones, for those who don't know that.
QB ones?
Yeah, that too. Tried to be funny and backfired on myself.
Yes. That's how it usually happens to everybody, so it's all good.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm comfortable starting him, but I can get your point. It is definitely scary without the number one wide receiver in the NFL. Maybe not this year, but last year on your team starting. So let's go over we'll come back to, we're starting Kamara. Okay, now wide receivers. And Kamara might see a lot more work too. He might get a ton of dump offs and be out there on routes and stuff like that. So you could see Kamara out there actually lined up possibly, and Latavius in the backfield.
Maybe that's how they, or with our luck, it'll be freaking Taysom Hill. So
heck yeah, baby, draft him somewhere. Change that designation.
Jesus. All right, what receivers we got here? We got Emmanuel Sanders, who caught the touchdown last week. You counting on him?
He's what I call my wide receiver start of the week. Colonel Sanders at Las Vegas. He's going to do chicken right and Michael Thomas proud. So he's going to pick up the slack and he's going to make it happen.
Shouldn't he be? What does Popeye's chicken have a mascot?
Delicious.
I mean, that would be more their style, right? Louisiana,
New Orleans. Oh
yeah. So got to find out.
Oh man.
There's like a chef lady who's on their commercial all the time.
Yeah.
Always making me want to drive over there. There's one like 2 miles from my house.
Yeah.
Damn it, I want to go there right now. But anyway,
all right.
I like the call. I like the call as a start. I am plugging him in a few spots that I had him in. Again, I wasn't high on him going into the year, but this opportunity could be ripe for the picking. I'd take him over Jamison Crowder this week. I'd take him over Shepard, Anthony Miller. I play him over Paris Campbell. So I like him. I got him at 30. I'm not as high as you, but I do like him this week.
Yeah, I got him at 19, which isn't, I mean, for as much as him being my wide receiver start of the week, he is not blowing it out by any stretch, but he's right above T.Y. Hilton. I'll start him above Marquise Brown, those kind of guys. DK Metcalf even. That's kind of the realm I have him in.
I like that. I like the call. I like it.
All right.
Traquan Smith, no thank you, by the way. I know he was
That's
on
what
the
I was going to
field
ask anybody behind him.
I know he was on the field more than Sanders, but you can't dig that deep. I wouldn't in this team because my start of the week at tight end is Jared Cook.
There you go.
And he was already a top 12 guy for most people. He was kind of borderline for me to start the year. He had a good week one, solid week one. But I think this is must start, 6th overall. If you had him and maybe one other guy, you're going with Cook. I think he's going to reap the rewards. So Kamara and Cook, I think, are going to be the 2 biggest winners from this Michael Thomas injury. With Breeze not cracking the top 12 for me this week.
Sanders will be the biggest winner.
We'll see. We got a lot in this game. So
we got an AJ Green Sanders bet in there, so we're good.
Let's do that. Yeah. Yep. So that should be good. Well, and the people already know how AJ Green did, so hopefully I have a big lead and you're chasing me on Monday night.
Doubt it. Next, let's go to Las Vegas because that's always a good place to go. Derek Carr. Neither one of us want to start him unless you're in Superflex. I have him at 24. You got him at 28. So we'll move on from that. I don't think either one of us want to question the running back, Mr. Number One last week. We got him at 7 and 8. We're you can't just take last week and copy and paste to this week the results. That's not how it works. You need to put a little reality in there as well. So we like him.
Yep.
We expect him to have a good week, and we'll leave it at that. And if he blows up even better, fantastic. So at wide receiver, here's the fun part. I'm going to scroll down for a minute. I have some confidence in their wide receivers. Let's see if my rankings fall in line with that. Henry Ruggs, I'm going to use Control F. It's just easier.
You got him at 37, which is ahead of consensus at 43.
And you at 51. So, yeah.
I'm not buying in yet.
You're pulling the rugs out from under me?
Yes, I would. I'd roll Preston, probably regardless of if Parker's out there. I'd roll Robbie A, Watkins, Mike Williams slam dunk, Paris Campbell off the wire. Not yet. I love that if he's on my roster, I'm feeling good about it, but not yet for me.
37 for Ruggs for me. Where you got Deontay Johnson?
29.
I don't give a damn.
Yeah, I'll do that. We'll roll that. Let's go.
All right, that makes our 9th bet. I think we're good.
All right, we're good there.
Unless I missed one.
That's a good way to end the bets for the week. I think Ruggs is just a high upside flex if you're looking for something. But
yeah, but so was everybody else you said in that range. So
yep, yeah.
I just feel like
no doubt
get the targets.
All good. Anybody else in the receiving group?
No. I mean. You can still keep an eye on Edmonds. I'm sure most people cut him last week, but just put a star by it to see if he can develop.
Yeah,
but most rookie wide receivers just don't make it happen that first year.
Only one target for Edwards last week, which was disappointing because he was like the starter. But the problem is if Ruggs is getting looks, Waller is the number 1 target. So that means Edwards at best can be the 3rd target on the team. And we saw Josh Jacobs get 6 targets last week as well. Yes. So does that make him 4th? Probably. Yes. So I'd hold on to him for a couple weeks, see how this matchup goes if you can. But I wouldn't be afraid to start putting him on the waiver wire if you need to.
Yeah, I was obviously excited about Darren Waller. I got him up at 3, got him at 5. It's not that much further, but I got him right above Hunter Henry, right above Dallas Goedert, and about 17 spots above Zach Ertz. So definitely a close one there. We both like him, though. You're shaking your head.
Yeah, well, you haven't 3 because you don't have Kittle ranked and you have Ertz ridiculously ranked. So that's one
true.
way to get him up there.
Yeah, if Kittle, okay, that's true. If Kittle plays, if Kittle plays, I marked over to the side. If you look at the sheet, I have marked at 5. So I still think he plays a little hobbled and doesn't have as big a week. So I still have him, man. Boom.
We'll see.
All right. That's a damn show.
It is, man. This is
everyone listening will see who was right and who was wrong. And
this is fun, man. I think we did it. We're gonna end this week off right for people. Everybody's set for week 2. But if you do have any questions, you can hit us up on Twitter. You can follow me at KyleFF Fellas. And again, check out Waiver Wire Sniping over at Ball Blast Football. If you're following me, you'll see it. It's going to be in your feed nonstop. Add these guys before kickoff. I mentioned a few of them on the show here, but I'm going to have a whole list for you guys so that you guys are ahead of the game on the streamers, the priority ads ahead of kickoff for free before everybody's talking about them next week. Bob, take it away, bro.
All right. I can be found on Twitter at Bob's3Toad and on YouTube, so you can see our faces at Bob's3Toad Warriors. Remember to subscribe to both channels so you can also get the bonus episodes that happen on each channel. And that's the Tuesday live streams for me that replays on Wednesdays if you're not available to watch it at 8 p.m. Central when it's live on Tuesday. So good times always. And soon enough, hopefully you enjoyed your waiver wire. I'm so used to the preseason soon enough.
I know.
Here, I got to get that out of my brain.
Hey, you're the only. You have a close. I don't have anything. I just babble on. I'm like, oh, okay, we're done. And I just end it. Yeah.
Yep. 48th episode, and I have that programmed in my head from the last 40. So
yeah,
there we go. All right, you guys, make sure you hit the waiver wire, set your lineups, dominate your opponents. Until next show, we'll see you. Always good to end the show how you damn started.